going to meet for 90 minutes. We are going to have lots of fun together, and just be aware of the distraction that you may have, and have a paper. Oh, I put in Portuguese.
Good, people can
Portuguese?
practice.
Sorry. And so I'm gonna put in English now. And so just create a place for you to take notes and briefly write in this paper, what is your intention for today? Take a moment to do that.
Sorry, in the chat or on our own notes?
Your own notes is just for you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Fernando, what is our purpose here and the agenda?
Okay, back in the chat here. So this is the idea, to design and play with Liberating instructors, which is always fun. And especially when we have a client with a real challenge, so it always gets some juice in there. So we'll be practicing, improving, learning. So it doesn't matter if you know a lot, if you know just a little, if you don't know why you're here, you're welcome in anyway. So the agenda, we just finished this welcoming orientation. We'll be doing an impromptu networking just to get people connected and knowing each other a little bit. Then we'll have the wise crowds as it is. We'll be discussing with the client. We'll find who are the clients later. And then we'll be refining an agenda using a Google Slides as an artifact to move the icons and to play with the combinations, the string. And then the harvest is a quick show about the groups, the different groups, and we'll be closing. So here we are. So the breakouts are ready. I'll put the questions in the chat for you. If you don't know impromptu networking, what will happen is simple. You'll be in a pair, so breakout rooms with 2 people for 4 minutes to discuss these 2 questions. How did you find out about Liberating instructors? And what do you hope to take away from this gathering? And how can you contribute with this group? So more or less 2 minutes per person. The breakouts will close automatically. You still have 30 seconds before it really closes. And then we'll be back in the main room. We'll mix you up. So we'll do this 3 times. Just waiting for Emily to come in. And I will assign her on the 2nd round. So here we go. Enjoy your pair.
Hello, everyone. We are going to have a 2nd round. And I hope we had good conversations about Liberating instructors.
And here we go. 2nd round. Emily, you are in. Back in the room. People will be here in 4 seconds. Okay.
Here we are. I was the last one coming myself.
Yeah, now it gives me a little more work.
To combine people.
Yeah. Just to be sure that you will not be with the same person again.
And we're gonna have the last round. So enjoy your last round.
And dun. Here we go. Last round.
Join. Here we are.
You set up the wise crowds and clients, Carolina, after the polling?
Yes, I do.
Okay. John, have you been here before in these gatherings?
I am not 100% sure, but I suspect I might have been. But since I was such a babe, I didn't participate as much as I'm doing right now.
Okay, I suppose, yeah, I guess I saw you. Okay, everyone is back. Welcome, Heather. And let's just check. What's your relation with liberated structures? I know well and practice very often. I know well, but practice rarely. I know a little and practice a little. And what is this? Which is also welcome. Seven people participated. Is this working for everyone? The polling?
Well, yes, but there was I struggled to find a question that would best reflect my use and my knowledge of liberating structures. Nonetheless, I answered.
Okay.
I actually was in the same boat, John.
That's the idea. So we have 3 people, very seasoned, and some people looking for more practice. Okay. What are liberating structures? Probably will not be answering this question exactly, but we'll try to do it. Carolina, let's get these groups going.
Okay, so renaming first.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna put in the chat in English, not in Portuguese.
I like to put what they'll be doing before they sign up to be doing. I think it's easier.
Okay, let's do that then. So what you're going to do is the wise crowds, and how it works. You're gonna have a group of people. One of these people, one person, will be the client. So it's a person who has a challenge or something that's coming up and a request for help. And so this client will have 3 minutes to explain the challenge. And after that, the rest of the people, so the consultants, will have 3 minutes to clarify, so to have these clarification questions. After the 6 minutes, the client just turn the camera and mic off, and the consultant is going to have 10 minutes to create options, offer device, and recommendations. So we're going to think about, in terms of liberating structures, what liberating structures we are going to use for that challenge, to address that challenge. So 10 minutes for this conversation, and the client's going to take notes, lots of things coming. And so 2 minutes after this 10 minutes, 2 minutes for the client to share what was valuable. And so this is 18 minutes, and we're gonna have just one round. Is that right, Fernando?
Yeah, one client, one round.
Yeah, so one client, one round.
Because after this time will be, again, the client will be together with the same group, but they will be all working together using a Google Slide to craft the strings and keep doing the work, keep playing. So let's see the clients. We're looking for red dots. Nobody has a challenge. Who has a challenge?
I don't know how to put a red dot, but I would like to be.
You can select on the chat, copy and paste. I can do it for you.
I can do it, but I think Candace can do by hers.
Oh, there I can. Oh, okay, just like that. All righty.
So have one client. Who else?
I think Julie is trying to speak.
Yes, well, I have a small question. I didn't put anything because I'm super open for the role. I can take a client if there is not enough, but I have a question. Will you prefer a client really not knowing what to do with something, or is it okay? For example, I have a workshop coming up. I already thought of some liberating structure string to put in the workshop, so maybe it's too advanced, but anyway, so what level of maturity or thinking are you expecting the client to have from scratch? Like, here is my issue, or it's okay if there is already ideas.
I think if you have a challenge and just hear what comes, and then you see what you have, because then after that we're going to have some time to refine the agenda. And because there's not right and wrong, all strings are welcome. So sometimes we just think in something and then we, oh, but this is interesting, or the other way it's more
Yeah,
interesting than what I
absolutely.
thought. And so just first receive, and then when the refining we discuss.
Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah, sure. So I can be a client then, if if there is not enough.
Yeah, let me put the red dot. Julie. One apprentice here, one apprentice there. Charlene, Heather, John.
I'm curious to how you're doing this because but the dots.
I'll put the dots separate in the header is a green dot. Sometimes it's hard to copy the in the chat.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing now. Okay.
The
So you're
I'll
letters.
be-
selecting the dot and then copying it into your name when you rename yourself?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay. I don't see anyone's color, but maybe you all see colors.
Me neither. I can see the circles, but I can't
Yeah.
see the colors.
Yeah,
by
depends on
people's
your
names.
Zoom.
Okay.
Oh, what do
I
you
guess
mean?
maybe to update it
Okay.
after.
John,
I'm
I
even curious how
An
you got
apprentice.
like.
Can I be an apprentice? Just want to
Oh
be an
yes.
I put that for you, John.
So sweet. Thank you so much. I was eating. I apologize for.
I'm even curious how you got the fancy bullets in your chats, because I always have my chat preloaded as well, but
Mhm.
the bullets don't carry over very well.
Yeah, so just a warning, when you start using this kind of emoji in your names and things,
Mhm.
it's very addictive. So
Uh-huh.
just for you to know before you start, it's hard to stop. So you are warned. Emojipedia.org. You can get all the crazy emojis there.
But then you can
Even
actually paste
Zoom,
them
you can
into
get
your
it.
chat.
If you click on the smiley face in Zoom, it opens up as well.
Yeah, no, I know the reactions, but I think in your chat when you.
No, it's not reaction. It's in your Zoom chat.
Yeah.
There is an icon on the top bottom, the
Mhm.
top right, the smiley face. If you
Mhm.
click there, it opens a window with lots of icons. You can search like mountain, flower, and it shows up the icons. You copy and use it wherever you want. Like Carolina put in the chat. Now let me put it again.
I'm gonna put. Now I have my mouse working.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So the rooms are ready, Carolina, for 18 minutes.
Okay, the instructions it's in the chat again, and just have fun.
Yeah, we have it Julie in one room, Candace in another room, consultants and apprentice evenly distributed. So you have fun together for 18 minutes. Any question before we go?
No. I
Okay,
think-
so let's rock and roll. See you in a bit.
You're back. And we were just in time, right, Candice?
Okay, so next step. Let me share the screen to show you the document. Can you see the document on your screen? Yes. Okay. So these are the Liberating structures. So to copy, you just select, click on the icon. It gets the icon and the name all together. You can copy and paste on the slide that will be working. So Candace is here, slide 4. Julie is here, slide 5. So the idea is to work like this. You copy and paste the structure that you heard. Anyone can do it, the client, the consultants, and then try to organize what is the first one, the second one. And after you have like a string, you can maybe work on the invitations. So that's an important hint. Just start with the string first and then go into details. But if you choose to go deeper in one structure, it's up to you as well. So just a few tips. Stay in this space of possibilities. So go crazy. What else is possible? Use and abuse the yes and keep the icons on the first slide. Sometimes people pick the icons and you don't find the circle, you spend like 5 minutes looking for an icon that someone else took it. Click on the string and the flow, and then you can refine the invitation. With this, I think we are ready to go, Carolina, again with the same group. I'll just put in the chat the link for the document. Feel free to make a copy of this document for yourself if you want to use afterwards. It's all open and free. Okay.
I love the free part of it.
Yeah, no taxes. Okay, now we have 1 minute less, actually 2 minutes less, so 60 minutes. If you need any help, just ask for help and we'll try to make everything possible. See you in a bit. And remember, when we come back, we'll be harvesting, just sharing what we got from this exercise altogether. So I have 2 groups to share. See you in a bit. It's so fun to watch the slides in the last seconds. The productivity goes to the roof.
We need more time.
Yeah, we needed more
Yeah,
time.
we always need more time. Okay, so I am the only one who didn't do anything. So I'm curious to see, what did you do? So we have here slide 4, candidates and clients. What did you do? What did you learn? 3, 4, 5 minutes. We have time for this sharing. So
Do you want me to talk or do you want the others to talk?
up to you.
I'd like to hear from the others.
Okay. You can point. You're the client. You're paying them.
Okay.
You can assign tasks.
Deirdre, can you tell us can you walk through the string for us?
You want me to walk through the whole thing?
Well, I don't know. Like,
Okay.
just give an overview, maybe.
Okay, I thought the question was, what did you learn?
Oh,
Is
Yeah,
that
go
what is-
to the what you did, and then
Oh, okay.
you can also share what you
So what we did was, there was a little bit of a question around how many meetings. So it looks like we're orienting toward planning out for 2 meetings. There's a gap between actually it would end up being 3 in total. So this meeting on the left is the second meeting. So to orient everybody back together in the second meeting, opening it up with 1, 2, 4 all to reflect back on the takeaways and the learnings from that first meeting, and then moving into 9 whys to ground the purpose and to unify the team, moving into min specs, and then what, so what, now what, and closing with 15-minute solutions. And still trying to work out the details of the second meeting. We're
Wow.
hoping to open with purpose to practice, and then heard, seen, and respected. The overall goal is for unifying the team and unifying them in purpose.
Nice.
Yeah, the purpose to practice, it's kind of a framework to work towards the 2 meetings. Not just
so that is the hugest learning for me out of this, is that the P2P is like a meta practice, and then all these pieces fit within it. I never would have figured that out on my own. I would have been looking at those P's and going, yeah, but how? And to see the like structures within the structure, and the consultants were really helpful about like really thinking about, okay, why would you use a particular structure, right? What is the experience of the people in this workshop or meeting, and where do we want to be from the end of it? And I thought it was really empathetic too, because one thing that came out was that I'm going on sabbatical, and so we really need people to feel strong and unified and confident. And so I felt like a lot of what people were saying was to make sure that was happening.
Maybe one suggestion just to put on the shelf is the what I need from you. That's another good one to create clear connections and sometimes clear processes between people.
I was thinking about more the star, Fernando.
Let's put it again. Star. Where's the star?
Up there. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And just the word came. Let me get the icon as well. Okay. Anything else from this group to share with the whole group?
I think one of my biggest learnings was just that you can actually use so many.
Yeah.
There's something about me that I always thought, oh, I should pick two, but my gosh, like if you can fit all those into a 90-minute, that's pretty amazing to me.
Yeah, and one thing that happens along the time is by the time you experience this kind of process with a lot of people, you have lots of different ways to do it. And when you are there doing with the group, you feel comfortable. Okay, I'll pick this one. No, I'll pick that one. So you are more flexible with the options.
That's amazing.
Awesome, awesome.
Right, now I'm thinking about, okay, now how do I actually make a timed agenda for all of this? To fit in 2 90-minute slots and be like, I got some work to do.
Yeah, but feel free to reconnect with your consultants and keep working. It's just a start.
Yeah, thank you.
Julie, are you ready?
Yes, I feel like it's a good idea, can then add to appoint somebody else to present. We're still in an emergent space with a lot of questions. One challenge for the workshop at hand is the fact that we don't know yet who will be in the room, and it could be anywhere ranging from 20 or 150 people. I started with 2 design structure in mind, the 25-10 crowdsourcing to get a feel of challenges from practitioner in the room, and the what, so what, now what, to then dig into the challenge. But I've got great insights from the consultant in my group, and ideas of alternative or maybe complementary structure to put like the conversation cafe instead of the what, so what, now what, conversation cafe, to make people move around the challenges and contribute to the one that speak to them. The trees to as mentioned by the consultant, to create the energy in the room could be also an interesting one. I'm trying to see how I can combine or make it work with the 25-10 crowdsourcing, maybe to make them think about their challenge. I could work with trees. And then the 15% solution at the end to make sure they are really living with steps and action, and they are really getting an insight from the workshop. So thank you to my team.
What else, consultants? Charlene, Emily, Heather, and Jane. As you see, apprentices were upgraded to consultants. We can always contribute.
Well, Triz is always my favorite to do with people because it's always amazing. After you do that, and you think, oh, that people aren't going to, it's not going to result in anything but, just identifying crazy things. But then once you sit down and look at all the crazy things you've come up with and reflect on how many you're actually doing, it's pretty amazing.
It is, especially in a group. A little thing here, a little thing there, and all these combined, it's a disaster. And regarding the size, Julie, one of the beautiful parts of liberating structures is this scalable quality. So it doesn't matter if you have 100 or 20 people, it takes the same time. It's just a matter of working in the small groups. And with larger groups, you have to think of, okay, should I make something to share where we are at with the whole group? So we can think about a fishbowl with some representatives to share what they learned, what came up. You can use graphic recording in some way, like a mural on a wall, or if it's in person. If it's virtual, you can have a kind of a share in the main room. We are always careful about this sharing with large groups. The question is, what should we share with the large group? That is really important. Otherwise, the energy just goes down and all the beauty and the warmth from the small group just dissolves and disappears in the main room. And then, Anything else, Emily, Charlene, Jane?
No, I thought it was a really thorny, for me, it seemed like a thorny problem because I don't know so much about the area that Julie's working in, but it was rich. It had a lot of like, oh, so many different possibilities with the unknown aspect of what's going to happen. And then just trying to combine, in my view, the overall challenges is like, how do you combine what Julie wants to get out of it with motivating the people in the room to give her that, to like, what is their source of their motivation to give her what she needs to come out of it with. Yeah, so interesting.
Awesome. I think we have 9 minutes to close, Carolina, with this beautiful group.
Yeah, it's always like that. Okay, so if you want to pause your camera, just to think about what you learned, what you heard today, and think about your intention also. And what is your takeaway from this session today? And we are going to do that in a short storm. So you can keep your camera off if you want and write in the chat, or you can just open up your camera and you just write in the chat what is your takeaway from this meeting, but don't press enter. Just write it down and we're gonna press it together. Okay, let me know if you're ready to press. So if you already write it down, put your hands up. Deidre, Julie, Heather. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3. So we have 6 minutes. So if anyone wants to speak up and talk a little bit more about your takeaways, just feel free to do it. Open your mic and share.
I didn't realize it would be that easy to move from an apprentice to a consultant. Thank you for helping me feel good today. I appreciate that.
Awesome.
I really appreciate Emily's comment on the hive mind. That really, the generative creativity that can happen in a hive.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually clue in on the LS app until somebody mentioned, Heather mentioned it in our group. I was like, oh, the app, I've got to do that. I'm still using the menu online. And so I was pleased to learn about that.
One more thing I walked away with, I didn't realize I'd run into a group of facilitators that are actually so quiet.
yeah, I'm just full of appreciation. I thought, oh, well, here we go. This is great. But yeah, yeah, this has exceeded my expectations significantly.
What I like most is like I had an idea of the workshops for Candice, like, okay, the challenge is this. And then when people start putting other ones that I didn't think, it changed everything in my mind. It's like, oh, but this is awesome too. So, oh, but then if we do this, then we're gonna do this. And so it's amazing how we can have different results, and just moving one liberating structures here or there, or the sequence or the order. And so this is amazing. So it's always good to share with people.
Super fun.
Anyone else? Fernando.
I always like this this space. When we start using liberating structures, just Carolina and me, we kind of end up in a dead street, oh, let's go here, that. And then when we connected with the practitioners in Seattle and Vancouver and other places, it just opens up so many new possibilities. Just one person can get a lot. So if you have a crowd, it's amazing. So that's why we are doing these Wise Crowds monthly, because it's so rich, and people sometimes need a nudge to start practicing more. We need it. So now we are just giving back because we got this nudge from the community. We're just offering the same.
Mm-hmm.
Just a Immersion moment at the end. We have an Immersion coming up next month. So if you want to join, if you know someone who may benefit from joining, there is a discount there. And it's fun. 4 weeks of fun. Thank you for coming. And bring your friend next time.
Thanks.